G'day everybody, it's Peps bringing you tipped outs tips for a massive round 19 of AFL football. 5 rounds to go and teams can either lock in a top 4 spot, lock in a top 8 spot, or maybe solidify that number 1 draft pick. It's all happening and it's going to be a cracking round of football. J-Dog's got his tips in. We're divided, but it's all kicking off tomorrow night, Friday, July 22nd, the Richmond Tigers versus the Fremantle Dockers. Ivan Soldo is back in. Josh Arts has been taken off the wall and been omitted. Josh Gibcus omitted. And for Fremantle, Alex Pearce, Liam Henry. Out is Ethan Hughes, Rory Lobb injured, and Travis Collier has been omitted as well. Jordan Clark playing his 50th game. It's as simple as this, gentlemen and ladies of the tipped out family. Fremantle have to win if they want to solidify that top 4 spot, and Richmond have to just keep winning to pretty much play finals. But a couple of things are against them. First of all, Arts is out. Gibcus is out. Soldo's in. No Dustin Martin. And it's at Marvel Stadium. So it's simply this. Fremantle to win. I'm picking them by 5 goals. The J-Doggers pick Richmond by 34. We are divided, but it will be one of many games that will potentially shape the 8 moving into finals season. All right, let's slide into Super Saturday, and it is the Q Clash. 7:10 p.m. at the Jabba the Hutt, the Brisbane Lions versus the Gold Coast Suns. To say these teams have been disappointing this year would be a little bit of an understatement. Brisbane have had the staggers over the last few weeks due to the COVID hits. The Gold Coast Suns had a magnificent opportunity to solidify a top 8 spot and threw it away to Essendon. No disrespect to the Bombers, they played good football. They'll be looking to bounce back. Have a look at the ins for the Lions. Daniel Rich, Dan Zorko, Jared Berry, Marcus Adams, and Oscar McInerney all in due to the fact COVID is over and they have been strengthened. Who's out? Darcy Fort has been breached, omitted. Harry Sharp, blunt, omitted. Jack Payne took a Panadol, omitted. Caden Coleman, the Yeski, warmed up, injured. Nakaya Cockatoo has flown the coop, omitted. And Tom Fullerton, the Medi sub. In for the Suns, Darcy McPherson, Elijah Hollins, Jeremy Sharp, and Jai Farrar all in. Braden Fiorini has been taken off the menu, omitted. Huego Paul Owea, omitted. Jack Bowles, unfortunately, has been straightened and is no Boeing and Mo longer, has been omitted. Oleg Markov, the sexy Mo, is out as well. And Sam Day, unfortunately, has set, and he has also been omitted. Elijah Hollins, good luck for your game, young fella. Hopefully, you're going to have a cracker of a career. All right, J-Dog is going by 16 points for the Brisbane Lions. I'm going the Gold Coast Suns. I don't think Brisbane's backline is all that crash up. They're not too flash in front of the ball at the moment down forward. The Suns have a lot more to prove. And if you have a look at the two teams, who's probably been in the best form over the last 6 weeks? I'd say Gold Coast. So I'm going with Gold Coast in the narrowest of margins. 1 point. J-Dog is going Brisbane by 16 points. Once again, we are at loggerheads with this one. And Callum Archie plays his 100th game. Good on you, son. Rightio, have a look at this one. It's the Tassie Terror. North Melbourne versus Hawthorn. 1:45 at Blundstone Arena. North Melbourne. Now, if I'd said this at any time this year, you would laugh at me. But they have made no changes. See what happens when you have a win? No changes made. That means Nick Larkey is in, even though he had a bit of an injury issue last week. Charlie Lazaro has been the Medi sub. He is out. Hugh Greenwood playing his 100th game. In for the Hawks. You couldn't ask for a better one. Jack Gunston, Mr. Reliable. CJ Jagaguth Giath is injured. Jacob Kaczynski, Medi sub, is out. Mitch Lewis playing his 50th game. I just think Hawthorn are going to be too strong. Gunston being in, you don't realise how many. He's adding probably 3 or 4 goals just in presence and also kicking ability onto the scoreline. North will be buoyant, and it is their home game down in North. Long sleeve jumpers, thermals, everybody. Make sure you win them. I'm going by the Hawks by maybe 4 goals. J-Dog is going by 20 points. So we are in agreement that Hawthorn are going to take that one out, but we would just love to see if North Melbourne can bring the heat 3 weeks in a row. We want to see some heat at the Adelaide Oval because this could be a finals shaping game for multiple reasons. It's J-Dogs Port Adelaide Power versus the Geelong Cats. Let's have a look. He's been put back onto the menu. Jack McKentry is back in. Jackson Mead has gone off and is omitted. Riley Bonner has gone soft. He's also been omitted. No changes for the Cats at this stage. Sam Menegola is injured due to concussion from last week. Jack Henry playing his 100th game. Well. Will the real Port Adelaide stand up? Do you think that they could flick the switch and turn it back on like they have in the second half of the season against an all-rampaging Geelong? I think they can. Now, there's going to be upsets. I said this last week, and I picked North. And I reckon there's going to be another upset right here. I think Port, they've still got a bit of a sniff. Geelong, I think, have to stumble. And this is a type of game they potentially could. A raucous Adelaide crowd. They haven't been playing too bad. They just got beaten by a way better team, sort of did there, J-Dog, in Melbourne last week. I'm picking Port Adelaide by 3 goals. J-Dog has actually gone the Cats by 27, so he hasn't gone his own team. But I've got some faith in the Port Adelaide Power. If they play to their strengths, get the ball moving quick and get it into that forward line quick, they can actually kick a winning score. And I think Geelong, I know everything's been going perfectly for them. They're going to have to either fall apart in terms of a game or two leading into the finals, or it's going to happen in the finals again. It's going to be on a bigger ground, not a thinner ground, which is what they're used to, and they do get exposed on the bigger grounds, in my humble opinion, at times. So I'm going Port. J-Dog is going Geelong. All righty. 145 again. We are talking the Sydney Swans versus the Adelaide Crows. Great win by the Swans over Fremantle last week. And the Adelaide Crows, just disappointing once again. We're going to have a look at this. Even though they did get across the line, they only lost by a couple of points to Collingwood. They're just disappointing with their season, but they are playing games out longer, but they're not going to be able to match the Sydney Swans at this particular moment in time. Harry Cunningham is out. James Rao is out. Swans by probably, I'd say, 5 goals here. I just think that they're going to get on top late in the game. Chad Warner, Isaac Heaney, Callum Mills, what more can you do? You got the McCartan brothers down back. They're just playing awesome football, and they are going to be my Smoky to make the grand final. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's my Smoky, will be the Swans. If they continue to do what they've been doing over the last couple of weeks, they are my Smoky to make the grand final. They're just going to be way too strong. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for this game, which is going to be kicking off at 7:25 p.m. I think we need to get maybe a little bit of theme music for this one.
One more and more.
Here it comes.
Just one more and more freedom and love.
It's the Freed from Desire game. The Melbourne Football Club versus the Western Bulldogs. 7:25.
Freed from desire.
Marvel Stadium, Victoria. It is going to be an absolute corker. And talk about big games have big ins. And we have got a couple right here. The Astronaut is back for the Dogs. Jordan Sweet, a little bit sour, has been left out. Luke Cleary has the medical sub duties. And in for the Ds, 2 of their premiership stars, Clayton Oliver and Harrison Pettigrew. Out, Adam Tomlinson omitted, which is a bit of a strange one. I would have liked to have maybe seen Petty go forward just to try and shake it up a bit. One thing that Melbourne doesn't do enough is shake it up for the opposition. They are so predictable who's going to line up where. I would have loved to see maybe Petty go forward and shake their weak back line for the Western Bulldogs. Dunstan the Medi sub and Toby Bedford has been omitted as well too. Rightio, it's as simple as this. Melbourne win, stay top 2. Western Bulldogs, they could sneak in and play finals football. And definitely play finals football. So don't worry about what the positions on the ladder say about this one, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go with my home team. It is at Marvel Stadium. I'm going with the Ds. I'm going with the Ds by 3 goals. If they just get their forward ball moving, their contested ball moving, their back line is a lot stronger than the Western Bulldogs, so they won't have any difficulties down there. It's just going to be a battle of the midfield. versus the all-roundness of what Melbourne are. And I'm just going to go with the D's. They have to win, and I think they want a little bit more. The Western Bulldogs will want to be getting a little bit of revenge on what happened over the last two takeouts, grand final, and obviously round one. So J-Dog, though, is also going by the D's, but he's picked them by 39 points. So that's one there for your multis, ladies and gentlemen. So we are in agreement with that one there. All right, let's rock in. Massive Super Saturday and then sensational Sunday, July 24th. We love a bit of footy. Carlton are back at Marvel Stadium versus the Giants of GWS. Have a look at these ones, Carlton. Lachlan Fogarty in. Lachlan O'Brien in. Mitch McGovern, first game since round 2, is back. Paddy Dow is in. Will Setterfield is in as well. George Hewitt, big loss in my eyes, has been injured. Will Hayes suspended after that perfect tackle last week on Sam Menengola. Interestingly enough, Carlton didn't challenge it. You just wonder if he was a bigger name, would it have gone to the tribunal? Obviously, there's a pecking order there at Carlton. GWS, a lot of ins. Adam Kennedy, Braden Pruce, Cam Fleeton, Jake Stein, Jared Brander, Kieran Briggs, Leek Alia, Zach Sproul, all in. Out, Connor Erden, injured. Jesse Hogan, managed. Josh Kelly, injured. Matt Flynn has been omitted, and Tom Green has been managed. Welcome to Cameron Fleeton and Lee Kalir, first games for the GWS. Good luck with your careers there, gentlemen. I'm going Carlton. Too many outs. Hogan is a big out. Kelly is a big out. Tom Green, also a big out. They're not going to be able to cover that, and Carlton have to win, not just to keep finals aspirations, but top 4 aspirations as well. So I'm going to go, and I reckon I'll do this quite early. I reckon I'll do this by about 6 goals, I reckon. There's just not enough firepower, in my humble opinion, for GWS to kick a good score, and I think they are still susceptible down back. And when you've got Curnow and Mackay down there, nothing is going to go stop them. Jade Gogg's going a little bit different here. He's actually saying 6 points to Carlton. He thinks he's going to be a lot closer than other people think. Big fella, I think you're going to be wrong on that one. All righty. It's the Anzac Day, non-Anzac Day club game. 3:20, MCG Victoria. Collingwood versus Essendon. Can't ask for much more than 2 of these big teams. Essendon have been on fire the last couple of weeks. They would love, could you imagine if Essendon got this win and knocked Collingwood's top 4 aspirations out and also broke their streak? You would love it. Isaac Quain in, Adams in, Tyler Brown all in. No outs at this stage for Essendon. Alec Waterman, James Stewart, Massimo D'Ambrosio. Big ins for both teams. Well, Essendon or Collingwood? Collingwood or Essendon? Who would I like to go with? Well, I would like to see Essendon win just because I love a bit of false hope in terms of they did this last year and the year before and the year before. But, you know, I'd love to see them get another scalp. And I would just like to see Collingwood be put back in their place. I'm sorry, that's just the way that I am. But Collingwood have been playing great footy. But just once again, it's a little bit like the Geelong game. The streak has to break. And Essendon, they are playing good football at the moment. Let's be honest, they're playing more free-flowing. I reckon if Caldwell goes to Dacos and puts a bit of a hold on him, that could put a bit of a dint in Collingwood's ball movement up forward. And so I'm going with Essendon, but I'm going by Essendon by not a small margin. I reckon this could be a little bit of a bigger one, and I'm going by 6 goals. Yes, Essendon by 6 goals over Collingwood. I can't believe I'm saying that. And even J-Dog, he's gone Essendon by 50. So he thinks, and I think, that is going to be a belting for the Pies, and it is going to give them a withdrawal in terms of a reality check. Last game of the weekend, and thank God it's the last game, because this is the week, this is the time where you can probably go and do some stuff with the family. This is going to be a snore fest, only if you're a West Coast Eagles supporter or a St Kilda supporter. Last few weeks, the graveyard shift has held some great games, but this is not going to be one of them. Connor West is in, Greg Clark in, Josh Rotham in for the West Coast Eagles. Out for St Kilda, Hunter Clark, Jared Lynott, Leo Connolly, Marcus Windhager, Seb Ross, and Tom Campbell all in. Sorry, I'll take that back. Out, Nazaya Wangani Malera omitted. Paddy Ryder has fallen off the horse. He's injured. And Zach Jones, one of their prized recruits from a couple of years ago, has been omitted. The second best player in the Jones family. West Coast are getting a lot of their players back, and they're just going to be way too strong for, once again, a very, very, very disappointing St Kilda. All talk, no action. Eagles by 4 goals here, ladies and gentlemen. And J-Dog has actually gone Eagles by 11 points as well, too. It's just the Eagles in Perth. You just can't put them away any longer, especially who they're bringing back in. So I'm going with the Eagles. J-Dog is going with the Eagles. And that's tipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, tipped out for round 19. Can you believe there's only 5 rounds of footy left before the finals kick off? It's going to go through quick. So if your team's not going to be playing finals, look forward to draft week, look forward to trade week, and more importantly, look forward to Mad Monday and your end of season trip. For the remainder, the top 8, you've got a lot more work and a lot more excitement coming. But remember, Tuesday night, 8:30 on our Facebook page, Lace Out AFL. J-Dog and myself go live every single week. Like, subscribe, tell everybody about us. We love every single one of you. There's your tips. Have a great week. And this is Tipped Out, and it's how you want your tips.